Let's talk about the Chiefs nearly filling up their practice squad to the brim today, as well as go over Brett Veach's presser and some of the things he had to say to the media. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka the blue-eyed, red-bearded dragon of Chiefs Kingdom, or sometimes known as the red-bearded milkman. And I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs, so definitely make sure to sub if you're new. Hit that like button if Patrick Mahomes is 100% confirmed to be Derek Carr's biological father. And let's get into this quick video with some updates to the Chiefs practice squad. After waiving or releasing 22 players yesterday, the Chiefs actually signed 13 of those guys back to the practice squad. And on top of that, they added a 14th today and are in pursuit of a 15th as I speak. So here's who the Chiefs brought back after releasing or waiving them yesterday. Safety Zane Anderson, offensive guard Mike Caliendo, linebackers Jack Cochran and Elijah Lee, with the idea that Elijah Lee will be moved up once Blake Bell is placed on IR, running back Jerry and Ely, wide receivers DeRuse Fountain and Cornell Powell, tight end Jordan Frank, safety Nazeeh Johnson, defensive end Azor Kamara, center Austin Ryder, and defensive tackles Danny Shelton and Taylor Stallworth. Again, they still have 2 spots to fill, with one possibly getting filled tonight, but I like where things are sitting. Jerry and Ely was somebody that I would have loved to see on the practice squad, as well as wide receiver DeRuse Fountain and defensive end Azor Kamara. I'm glad all 3 made it there to the PS, the PlayStation, the Prancing Stallion, the practice squad. I also like seeing both veteran defensive tackles on there as well. That's Danny Shelton and Taylor Stallworth, with the Chiefs only opting to keep 4 DTs right now on the 53-man roster. This allows me to breathe just a little bit and not lose all my hair. Too late. Though, Taylor Stallworth's agent did say this today. The Kansas City Chiefs are signing my client Taylor Stallworth, DT, South Carolina, to the practice squad. He was on the Colts roster the last couple of seasons and will likely be on somebody's active roster soon. So, either his agent is just blowing smoke, trying to leverage the Chiefs, is serious, a mix of all 3, or doesn't know what he's talking about. Stallworth's time on the Chiefs practice squad may be short-lived. We'll see. Now, on top of that, the Chiefs added a new player to their practice squad, and that is QB Chris Oladukan. You like that? Of South Dakota State. I looked up how to say his name properly like 5 times before recording this video, and I probably still said it wrong. So for now on, he's Chris O, okay? So he was initially drafted in the 7th round of this year's draft by the Steelers, but was released prior to the start of preseason. He's a 6'2", 195-pound man with good, but not elite, arm strength, according to NFL Draft Buzz, and is a bit of a question mark of an addition to me, at least at the moment. He's there for the practice squad, yes, but the Chiefs already have 3 on the active roster, so what is going on? Could they be acquiring additional depth because a trade or release of sorts could happen with one of the other 3 QBs? I have no idea. I doubt it, but you never freaking know. Charles Goldman of Chiefs Wire had this to say about Chris O, quote, "He's a prospect out of South Dakota State with a reputation as a dual-threat passer. He impressed so much that the Pittsburgh Steelers took a flyer on him in the 7th round, hoping he'd play a part in their post-Ben Roethlisberger future. However, Chris O was released on August 23rd in the Wave 2 roster cuts for the Steelers. He didn't even get a chance to play in the preseason with Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, and Mitch Trubisky, deadlocked in competition through the first 2 games. Somebody also said this to me in the DMs, that they could have brought Chris O in because he has a somewhat similar play style to Kyler Murray, and they are preparing to face these guys in week 1. I don't know. If that's true, Chris O is gone in like 2 weeks. We will find out. So there's your 14 players, 13 returning from being let go initially from the Chiefs 53-man roster, cut down, 1 new addition in QB Chris O, and then 1 more potential addition is coming very soon, possibly tonight as I'm recording this video, and that is tight end Kendall Blanton. Herbie Teope tweeted out today saying, "Here's what I'm told about tight end Kendall Blanton. There is mutual interest. Blanton is scheduled to fly to KC this evening and take a physical. Turn your head and cough twice, please. If he passes the physical, he will sign with the Chiefs practice squad." And Kendall Blanton is a man the Chiefs tried to snag a couple weeks ago right after Blake Bell was injured, if his name sounds familiar, but he was claimed off waivers by the Commanders because they suck before the Chiefs could get to him. Well, Kendall was cut shortly after by the Commanders a whole week or so later. Woo! Because he didn't make their 53-man roster, obviously, and now it looks like the Chiefs are circling back to snag this man like a fish out of water. Harold Kuntz tweeted this out a few hours ago. Per source, former Blue Springs South and Mizzou tight end, yeah, he's local, Kendall Blanton, will be with the Chiefs. Previously played for the Rams and Washington. What'll become of Blanton? We'll have to find out. My question is, if he somehow made it to the 53-man roster, who is going in his stead? Good question, Cole. All right. Brett Veach also spoke to the media today, and there was a few newsworthy tidbits in there regarding offensive lineman Darian Kinnard. Veach said that it took Kinnard a little while to get his feet wet when adjusting from a run-dominant offense in college to a pass-heavy offense here with the Chiefs. But they want to see this thing through with their draft investment for now, as they see a lot of upside from him at both guard or tackle. He wouldn't specify, but said there's upside at both. In regards to Ronald Jones, Veach said, quote, "We do the 9-on-7 drills in camp, but some of the run game, live stuff, it's a little bit tapered back to some degree. And I think Thursday, the game against the Packers, was a good reminder of how important that running back role is within our offense. And I certainly think he took advantage of that. And so when he got his number called, I think there was a sense of urgency that he ran with. Yeah, because he was running for his literal job. And I think it's a good springboard for him to continue to work and be a valuable asset for us. So there you go. The Chiefs found value in RoJo after all, and it seems like he snuck by after the performance he had against the Packers. Yes, but I've also previously stated Derek Gore's injury had to play a role in that as well. Now, Veach didn't come out and say that, but we all know that simply had to play a little role. To be clear, though, I'm glad RoJo is here. He was in my 53-man roster prediction when many people did not have him there. So, regarding Isaiah Pacheco, though, Veach said, we're obviously a pass-heavy offense. I think the ability to pick up pass protections and have reliable hands out of the backfield is something guys have to show on a consistent basis, Isaiah Pacheco is one of those guys. Sheesh! That's some high praise right there from GM Brett Veach on Isaiah Pacheco, the rookie from the 7th round, and confirms my suspicion that the Chiefs are certainly going to be using Isaiah for pass protection, yes, but also in the passing game, because that man is fast and can be dangerous in the open field because of his near lightning-like speed. Veach then said the team will be figuring out the Blake Bell and injured reserve logistics over the next few days, but they are optimistic that he will be back at some point this season. And Charles Goldman confirmed a bit ago on Twitter, I checked it, that the Chiefs indeed made no move with Bell, at least for today. So we'll have to keep our pupils dilated for news on Blake Bell here in the near future. Veach then spoke about linebacker Darius Harris, saying he earned a 53-man roster spot in the final preseason game. They like the way he's developed since 2019 and what he's shown as a backup Mike. Well, yeah, buddy, Darius Harris went all the way freaking off against the Packers, and I thoroughly enjoyed every single moment. He single-handedly destroyed an entire series by himself. And in regards to keeping Shane Buechele on the active roster, Veach simply said, there's a great chemistry with all three of those guys. Shane was one of those guys that we felt played well and earned a spot. End quote, but AKA, he would not have cleared waivers, and we needed to protect this man. Veach then shared about their reasoning to keep only 5 wide receivers, saying it was tough as there was a lot of 53-man caliber players on the roster, but when you keep 3 QBs and 5 running backs, you have to make sacrifices somewhere, and that included releasing DeRuse Fountain. And Veach said he feels they will need to call him up over the course of the season like they did last year, and he's glad he's on the practice squad right now. So yeah, 5 wide receivers was a bit of a surprise, but hey, they felt DeRuse Fountain would sign with the practice squad when they released him, and boom! It happened, so let's freaking go. And since we're on the subject of wide receivers, I know many of you were disappointed that Josh Gordon didn't make the roster, and well, it was reported today that he was on his way to visit with the Titans. So it looks like he may be moving on indeed, which was pretty much confirmed when the Chiefs didn't sign him back to their practice squad today, instead opting for DeRuse Fountain and Cornell Powell instead. And while I did predict Josh Gordon not making the Chiefs roster, I do wish him the best in his next journey, regardless of what some of you really do think. In regards to the Chiefs roster, though, keep your eyes peeled because things will keep developing and shifting around a little bit as time goes on here in the near future. So let me pass these questions off to you. What did you think about the practice squad additions today? Were you happy about them? Upset? Who did you think they should have added that they did not? And then what did you think about Brett Veach's presser? Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments down below, and let's bicker about it down there per usual. Make sure to leave a bearded comment or super thanks to potentially be featured in an upcoming vid. Sub, like, blah, blah, blah. You know the freaking deal. And then check out this video here, pew, pew, which is from All Chiefed Up, talking about Chiefs channels and the accuracy of their 53-man roster predictions. I'm on there. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?